Ladies Pontificating, yeah, we back again. So tell your friends to tell your wretched ass friends. Thought we was gone, but nah, no, we ain't. That you got rid of us, but no, you can't. Yeah.
Hey, you guys, and welcome back to Pontificating. We hope you guys have been enjoying our new season 2. You know, again, we came with the hot shit, and we're still coming with the hot fire. Let's just jump right into it.
This is the longest intro ever. If this is not a pontificating ass intro, so let me wax poetic.
Well, this is pontificating. This is pontificating, right, baby. And you know what? Let's just start with is it just me? You know, Asia, what you got? What you got for us this week? What do you got?
Okay, wow, that was great. Basically. All right, is it just me, or like, am I the only one not looking forward to really hanging with family this Thanksgiving? I'm just not in the mood, and it's not even in like a I'm mad at anyone. I'm not. I'm currently, no one is on my hit list of my family. No one, everyone is just playing cool. No one, but I just don't feel like doing any of the socializing. I don't even really want to like eat. That may be depression. Who knows? But like, I'm not looking forward to like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'm not looking forward to any part of like, I mean, first of all, it's Thanksgiving, white supremacy. But besides that, like, I'm not looking forward to Thanksgiving this year. And it feels weird, but it feels weirder because I don't have like a reason not to.
And that's okay.
I just feel like blah. So, like, I'm staying home. I'm probably going to, like, watch some TV. Maybe I'll order some food. I'll probably sleep the whole entire day away. And
that sounds glorious.
That's it. That's my Thanksgiving plan. So, Salone, what's up with you?
Well, I was thinking today as I was, pondering on our episode, and I was wondering, like, do we ever get past, like, traumas, or do we never get past them, regardless of, doing the therapy thing? Maybe you just never got over some shit from like 3 Thanksgivings ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Do we ever get past certain things as much as we try to like work on them? So I was just like, is it just me that I just hold on to things? Like, what's happening? What is my therapy? It's not therapying. I don't get it. So I just wanted to know if it was just me. Am I broken?
No, I don't think so. Because, like, honestly, I'm going to go on a little bit of tangent because you said that, like, 3 things. Like, I love my grandmother, but I haven't forgiven her to this day.
Right. To this day.
For the Thanksgiving where she thought, this is how we should have known she was going blind. She makes rutabagas, and like if you're Southern, it's a turn up. They make it like sweet and spicy. I hate it. People love it, but she puts neck bones in it to add a smoke flavor to it. She thought the yams, which I am the yam. Like, I love sweet potatoes. She makes bomb sweet potatoes. I got home from work. I was like, yes, and my cousin was like, you're going to be upset. I opened the pan of yams, and there was neck bone in the yams. And then she tried to fix it by just like adding the sweet potato seasonings on top. And I haven't forgiven that woman to this day. To this day.
Did she mess up, or she just
messed up because they kind of looked similar-ish, but not that similar. Because like rutabagas is like a light yellow, sweet potatoes is like a dark orange, like, you know what I mean, like a light orange or whatever. But she really ruined. She ruined Thanksgiving. My grandmother ruined Thanksgiving.
You know what? That's
unforgivable. And I can't trust her now. I keep a watchful eye.
That's unforgivable. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Listen, traumatic. Speaking of, that ties into my is it just me, or because I was like, is it just me, or numbing our emotions is hustling backwards for us. Now, in the moment, it feels good because you're like, I don't have time. I ain't trying to go there. But then you find yourself in the middle of the supermarket ready to cry because you didn't address the thing that's bothering you in the moment. And then you have all this, like, and then your eyes are just leaking water when you're trying to be serious. And I was just like, is it like, numbing your emotions ain't the thing to do now. It's time for us to grow up.
That's true.
It's time for us to grow up a bit.
And I think especially having like survived a global pandemic and like really being trapped with ourselves, we can't ignore like things anymore. I don't think a lot of us have the capabilities of it to ignore things. Like I had to ask my therapist for like medication. Cause I said, I'm really good at coping, but like my coping skills are like gone these days. And she's like, well, like, cause you've exceeded the max of like survival mode. I think the pandemic like expedited how much survival we have over a lifetime. It was like you have like, you know, maybe 10 years of, and then we had 2 years of just surviving nonstop every fucking day. Yeah. And it's like, no, you're tapped out. There's no more survival left in you. So now you're just like losing your shit randomly. And I was like, oh, okay.
Right now, okay. Oh, yeah. Also, there is no also. I am so tired, guys. Forgive me. What I was going to say, Kioma, what is your Is It Just Me?
Well, my Is It Just Me is... Is it just me? Or are we just expected to have a green thumb, right? So it's like, as a black woman, as a black natural woman, I feel like there are tropes that we're supposed to have, right? We're supposed to be able to natural, my hair, natural.
She said no surgeries here.
As a natural haired black woman.
I'm sorry, I'm dumb.
I feel like, you know, like there's just things that's expected of me, right? Like I'm supposed to be able to nurture and keep plants alive. And for the most part I can. But I got these 2 motherfucking plants that are driving me insane. And I just don't understand. Like I feel like we're like Disney princesses, you know, where you're supposed to, you know, sing to the birds and all these things. There's just so many things that's expected of us, and that I feel is expected. And is it a part of trauma? Is it something that down the line it didn't, you know, was my ancestor whooped because they couldn't keep the motherfucking plant alive? And so now it's like stressing me out every time I come home and I see my fern is just fucking wilting and just dropping brown leaves everywhere. I don't understand. And it's pissing me off.
Wait, is it a fern? Do we have a history of fern growing?
I just fucking know. I think, isn't ferns like popular in the South? Isn't that like a thing?
Maybe, but I just thought it was just, right?
Well,
I'm just trying to clean and purify my air, you know? That's what ferns are supposed to do.
All right, so there's this plant app, and you just scan the plant. And
I can do that with Google Images. You're trying to make me pay for shit.
No, it's not. It's free. Goddamn, jeez, it's free as fuck.
Is it free?
It's free. Yeah, it's free.
Oh. Okay.
So,
damn.
Sometimes I'm outside and I see a plant. I'm like, I like this plant, and then I scan it. I'm like, too much upkeep. Can't do that. I don't do that. My green thumb extends only, you know, that far. Can't do it. So
I had 2 plants that will not die, despite all the neglect in the world. Like,
same.
They just
no. Oh, I killed a succulent. I got one for Christmas like years ago. It died immediately. No, this is it a money plant, Ty?
Oh, the money tree.
Oh, that
what
would
plant?
explain it.
You got
the one you gave me. The one you gave me.
No, that's
what is it? A rubber tree?
It's not a rubber tree. It's the one that I got all of us in the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Mine is flourishing. Thank you.
Yeah, mine died. I named it after it was very traumatic. I named it after my grandmother who passed away. Like, I have a thing about naming plants and water. It's a whole like meditation practice that I was doing in the pandemic, which plants do teach you. That's what I was about to say, Kim. Like, plants do teach you about yourself. It's like, oh, where can I apply patience with this plant and nurturing and finding not just where I want it to be, but where this plant would flourish the best and not like an aesthetic. It is really, you can get really deep with that, but I can't think of the name right now. It's a palm. I got you guys. We got palms.
It's
beautiful. Mine is still alive. It just won't die. I have that and an orchid. I mean, the orchid the flower never came back. The bud, whatever, never came back. But the leaves, they're just there. And I replanted it like twice. It just won't die. It'll be like a month of being watered. And I'm like, oh, let me water you guys. And they're like, oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Not appreciate you, bro.
And you know what? It's always unsolicited. People come to my house and they're like, oh, so do you do this? Oh, actually, someone told me yesterday. They're like, you know what you should do? You should rub some olive oil on the leaves. I'm like, you're trying to kill my plant, because this plant been alive since 2020. And
you put neem oil on it to keep the flies off of it.
There's no flies here, and
my
plant has been wonderful. And I can't. It's so green. It's so beautiful. I thank you, Ty, for that. It's
actually
really
I'm gonna take a picture of my plant that's dead in the window and put it on the IG to see how dead. All my plants are dead except 2. I'm giving it up to God. It does. It goes with the neglect that I gave to myself. It's in tandem. It's in tandem. Okay.
Oh,
listen.
Yeah, but it's fine. We'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get it together.
Will we though? Will we?
You know
what?
Sake.
Life be lifing. Anyway, speaking of plants, it is time for literally my favorite segment. Everybody hates
Eric, you done fucked around and made New York a tropical climate.
Not New York, I'm in the rainforest.
We are in the motherfucking Amazon right now, okay? Why is it raining in November? Why? Why is it also 70 degrees? Now, hear me out. I love the warmth. I love it. I'm not complaining about the amount of heat because I hate being cold. But also, everyone is sick because it's 40 degrees on Monday and then it's 72 on Tuesday. I don't know what jacket to wear. I'm wearing hats with short sleeves. I'm looking real white out here. It's crazy.
Real San Francisco.
Real San Fran. And I'm annoyed that I don't know what is happening. Today, I woke up at 8 o'clock to actually drive to Salone's house to drop her off the mic for the show. I left. It was downpour. Salone's nothing. It's sunny weather. I'm just like, I'm sorry. What? Where are we? Why 12 miles away is a different climate?
Wow.
We fucked. We are fucked. It's too much. It's too much happening. According to my dad, I don't know where he got this from. I'm not going to fact check, but something he listened to. They were saying how long do we have to really reverse the effects of climate change where we're not screwed? And the guy is like, we ain't got no time.
That was on an episode of Newsroom. Referring back to
this Newsroom.
Newsroom is like it's like The Simpsons, right? They predicted a lot of shit. So when you rewatch Newsroom, there was an episode where he was like the commissioner or some shit for our scientists of climate change or whatever. I forget what they're called.
Oh, yes.
And
I remember this episode.
He was asked, he was like, okay, so if we do everything right, everybody gets solar panels, people stop driving cars, and everybody has bikes and shit, how long would we have? It's like, I don't think you understand.
We're done.
You cannot reverse.
Right.
Oh my God.
Now I have to rewatch Newsroom because I do love that show. And now you talk about It's a Prophecy. All I remember is Jeff Daniels because I was like, this white man is acting with a capital T-I-N-G, okay?
Oh, Jeff be acting.
Yeah.
Jeff be putting it in. He's a good actor.
Let us pray he's not problematic though.
Well, I feel like I haven't heard anything thus far, right? Like
he been around for a
Baby.
long time.
a long time.
So was Kevin
mean-
Spacey.
Listen, my rules. Well, Kevin.
I mean, you know what? Just what were you saying? What were you saying?
This was say some bullshit, right?
I can't. Not right now.
I was just say this, and I'm going to move on. I'm going to say my like levels of like problematic starts with racism, and then everything else you do is kind of like personal business. So he's doing some like white on white crime stuff.
White on white.
Deal with that. Deal with that on in your community.
Really?
When I think of problematic, my first thought is racism. That's my first thought as a Black person.
Like
And then
overt racism?
Yeah,
Or systemic?
overt.
Overt.
That's my
Okay.
first thought of problematic. Are you saying nigger? Are you out here being Liam Nielsen talking about you wanted to kill every Black person you ever saw ever in your life? Overt. Hard pass. So I haven't heard any of Jeff Daniels do that kind of stuff. So I'm like, Jeff is okay so far. Now he probably
Hi, at this point, Asia lost her mind, so I decided to delete that. Thank you.
We about to change the name of this segment to Yo Asia. You what?
Asia, you wild.
I was thinking, I was like, no, but what about the race? Like, the Lori lady, from Full House, and the Seymour Hoffmans, and is it Seymour Hoffman? When they like brought their kids into the school, because I was like, that's a systemic racism. That upset me a little bit.
yeah.
You went somewhere that I was not prepared.
Yeah.
None of us
You
were.
said-
Well, you know what it is? I equate that to like more classism. Right? Because I feel like Will Smith could buy
Isn't that
in the school,
racism?
too.
Isn't that
Will
racism by
Will Smith
structure?
could also buy the twins into a school too.
Right, those kids said, wait.
She
Calls them the twins. Willow and Jaden. She called them the twins.
Anyway, moving right along. Stallone,
Yes.
what did Eric do to you this week?
Well, Eric, tell me why did y'all launch Subway Bingo on the MTA? What are we doing? What are we doing? Why
What?
is they launched?
Wait.
Maybe like a week or so ago. Subway Bingo.
What is that?
What is that?
You just play bingo games. It's on the train, apparently.
On the train, like
To pass
B24.
pass your time, something like that. Yep, just to pass your time. So I'm like, so when are we launching the subway safety? You know what I mean? Like, why would you think that we want to pass our time? And also, it's not safe. We're alert and still getting stabbed and slashed. Why would I? Why would I play a goddamn game with my alert?
It's like life is in danger.
You're the
I'm
you
not-
get stuck and they're like, oh, shut the fuck up, and they be like,
Just don't
B24.
understand.
Like, what are we
Just
doing?
Or is the violence a part of the bingo? So it's like you on the train, damn,
You
I just
know-
got robbed. That's B36.
I said, wait, what? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I said, I don't ride the train, but I like to, keep abreast with what's going on. And it's unbelievable. It's
Not so long
unbelievable.
saying.
That,
You poors have so much to deal with. I
no,
don't
that's
ride
not
the
true.
train
That's not
person.
true. Guess what?
No.
Guess what? It's either I'm walking, I'm catching a ride, or I'm catching an Uber, or I'm begging Asia to like, hey, so you're gonna drop me off on the highway somewhere close to
You're gonna swing by?
You just swing on by. Like, if you notice, she said she had to drop something off to me. I couldn't pick it up because, car not available. Lease was up. Money. So, hating on the subway. But the subway's just very dangerous. And if I don't got it, I just won't go. I just won't go if I don't have a car or a ride. I just won't go. Or I don't have enough, $120 for an Uber. I just won't go. So
Look, I may
You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't play bingo on a day that I forget
No,
my
you
headphones.
not. No, the fuck you not. No, you
I
not.
mean, I'm pretty sure they're not going to give us a board or anything because I don't want to touch that.
Girl, why
if I'm bored
are we
enough-
why are we doing that?
You know what? Bingo is a bus activity.
I just need to understand like how it's actually played. I don't get it.
I didn't even care to look it up. I just saw the big headline and I said, you got to be kidding me. So people are getting slashed and stabbed and shot. Even the cleaning lady was attacked last week, 2 days
Yo,
ago.
I saw
2
that.
days ago or something like that. She was attacked doing her goddamn job. And it was the third time. It wasn't even the second time. It was, or the first time. It was the third time this lady has been attacked.
That's wild.
And thrown to the ground. Just, they have the little, the
Hold on. I think it's a perfect time to segue into our next segment.
Oh, we're already
Subway
there,
series.
girl. We're already there.
We there.
We're not supposed to be. We're not supposed to be there.
What you mean?
It's okay.
So
It's okay. So if you don't, we are in this week is a hybrid. Yo, Eric, you're wildin'. The Subway Series edition.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
all right. So speaking of that, let's move into our Subway series. Salone, please elaborate on this poor woman's story.
So, MTA subway cleaner, I believe she works by the E train or something like that. She was, just doing her job, cleaning her little steps. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how well, because it's filthy out there, but she still has a job to do. And, she was attacked. This was the third time she was attacked.
That's crazy.
The
I would've
third
quit.
time. But she said she can't because, poverty. She also has, I believe, just one kid. Thank God it's just one kid to take care of because it's just too much. Like, what is happening?
But that's
Why
wild
isn't
because city workers get, well, I know at my job, and we have the lease protection. City workers get 18 months paid leave if they're ever assaulted at work.
Well, they
But
didn't
is
say
it
anything about
okay?
her previous leaves.
Oh
Didn't
yeah,
say
that happened
anything.
to my mother when she got body slammed. That
God damn it.
Every- house
I mean,
call.
we don't see clients no more, but I used to be like, punch me.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
No, those MTA workers really be looking for it, like the drivers and that stuff. Oh man, woo! They be looking for that kind of assault. I'm telling you. I know, but it's all right. So just reeling back, it's really unfortunate that she has to go through that. Just trying to do her job unprovoked. Imagine you sweeping past a little rat that you know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to.
Yo, I
A
feel
little
like
rat running by
I
you.
feel like you are low key shitting on this poor victim.
I am
You're like
not.
this stupid
I'm not.
bitch.
No, I'm
Like,
not.
what?
I'm not. I would never do such a thing. You're shitting in the subway system.
You commented on her ability to clean the steps.
No. She's doing the best she can with what they provide for her. I'm not saying.
No, I'm gonna do the best I can with what I got.
She really is. I mean, listen, y'all act like the subway, you drop something, it's like, well, let me get that real quick. It's done. Like, you're not picking that up.
It is.
You're not. It's finished.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, going off of memory, what it was. Woo. But, this lady, she did not have to, she does not have to go through that. It's not fair. No, y'all are really, I'm really trying to empathize here. For real.
I feel like
this is trying to empathize with the poor people.
I feel like this
seriously, it's
episode
really bad.
is like who wants to get canceled more. I went there. Salone went there. Ty Kilmer, y'all next. I don't know what you're gonna say. Y'all got about.
I pushed my luck with the Suki. No, I pushed my luck with the Suki thing. I'm done.
I can't afford to get canceled.
I
I pushed my luck with the Beehive.
and today,
You did.
first of all,
Push your luck.
when they find that episode, that's it. It's a wrap for us.
No, we gonna have to delete that. You know how you can go back and
Put it behind the paywall.
Put it behind
Right.
the paywall. No, but seriously, just we can move on because y'all are really trying to drag me here, and I'm just trying to, know why this lady is getting assaulted and going back to work right away. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. So
I just feel like I would ask for that is true.
That's true.
I would ask for like a what's it called? A position change or like a
promotion?
Like no.
To what?
Maybe laterally, but I just don't want to be.
I'm going out the screen. I can't do this shit.
I just can't keep doing. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep getting beat up
3 times. That's a charm.
3 times at work. That's a lot.
That's a charm.
That's a lot.
3 times.
3 times. 2 days ago, I said, "Wait, what? For what?
That's wild.
What did she do? Do they not want a clean subway system? Like, what is it?"
Now you're victim blaming.
I said, "What did she do?
Exactly.
What did he do? She did nothing to deserve that."
I mean, no, she definitely did absolutely nothing to like. Imagine going to work and then
exactly.
I can actually imagine that. Let me stop.
Well, they dragged me, not physically, but they.
See, I don't have a deep story like that. This is also, but it was also as dangerous to me.
So,
now, I have a similar story. Not similar. Why do I keep saying that? Not similar. I do have a dangerous subway story. So I was getting off of work. My friend's husband decided to drop me off to the train at Fulton. And as Asia said, the weather in New York has been tricky as fuck. So, and I'm going to work. I work in a nightclub, kind of. So I had on this like knit mini skirt with some black Vans, a black tee, no shirt, in a light jacket. Now, when I got out of work, it was cold as fuck. I was freezing. So I'm going to the train. I'm trying to go home, and I'm at Fulton, and I put my earphones in, and I hear this guy. I'm just trying to swipe it, tap and go. And he's like, "Hey, yo, stupid bitch." And I was like, I know he's not talking to me. And he was wild. And he was like, "Yo, wear your tights." And that's when I knew he was talking to me, but I did not look. And I was like, the skirt was very short. And he was like, and then I didn't say anything. He was like, "Hey, yo, dumb bitch. Hey, yo, dumb bitch. Hey, yo, stupid bitch." And I was just like, I knew that the train wasn't at that station, but I tapped to pay to go and then just get on a train. But then when I got downstairs to the train, to the platform for the 2 train to come, it was not going to Brooklyn. So then I had to walk underneath Fulton Street, and it's hot as fuck down there, and it's murky. And I had to go out to another exit because I was afraid to run into the same crackhead guy because he has so much fervor for me. But I was like, I don't know if you wanted to punch me in my face or you was looking out for me. I really didn't know the difference. And I'm just like,
might have been both.
And the cops were down there. And I was like, why he out here just calling people bitches so passionately? Like, what? I'm just trying to get home. But anyway, we gonna move this shit along because we are just
Sundaying.
all over the place.
We are Sundaying.
Yes, we are in leisure. We're gonna just move it right along to our main topic.
All
Sally
right.
B.
Yeah, man, that's me. All right, so like I said this is our Thanksgiving episode, gobble gobble, and I want to talk about like how do we reduce holiday stress, but you know what I mean? Like, how do we do that? We do that by setting boundaries. So this episode is about setting boundaries for your motherfucking family this Thanksgiving if you do decide to spend with them. First off, how the holiday season, how does it make you feel? Are you stressed? Are you anxious? You know what I mean? It can be uplifting, but that's most definitely not speaking for everyone. Sometimes, you know, if you're the host, you know, you have the house, the yard, the space, everyone expects you to host. You might have a long to-do list, and honestly, you don't feel like doing anything this year. How do you say that? And how will it
I'm
be
not doing
received?
anything this year.
Right. And how that, because you have strong boundary setting, to experience. There's some people like me who would be like, okay, yes. And it's a very heavy yes. I don't want to do it, but I still do it. So how do I set those boundaries? You know what I mean? Maybe I just don't have the capacity to do so. I don't have the capacity. I don't have the money. Look at the economy. Look at everything that that's going on. I currently don't have the money, but people usually show up, empty-handed, or they expect you to do what you've been doing the whole time. Like with my family, everyone just shows up with their, not even containers, like foil pans to bring things away. You know what I mean? And they don't know how things are getting bought. They don't know how things are being cooked. They give two shits. You can't even bring plates, and cups or whatever it is, or dessert. You just literally show up. So why do I have to deal with that, or my family have to deal with that every single holiday? Not just Thanksgiving. This is our Thanksgiving episode, but just every holiday, because you have the house and blah blah blah, and the space, as I said before. Let's see. I was doing a little bit of research. What did it say? Having family come over. Okay. This is my research. Y'all don't laugh at me. No, but seriously, this is off my noggin. It's off my noggin. Like, when family comes over, right? They see you as like a little girl or a little child. Meanwhile, you're coming over to eat my shit and drink my shit, but you're still going to treat me as a little child. Why? How do we deal with that? How do we set those boundaries? We have to speak up for ourselves.
So what do you do?
You have to tell them, again, speak up for yourselves and tell them that, I'm not okay with that. And I'm just not okay with it anymore. Just, let your balls drop and say, I'm not okay with it. Seriously. I'm not okay with it. Seriously, I'm not. You just have to be uncomfortable.
No, but give somebody language around that. Like, what? All right. So when they come to your house and they're like asking you, they come with their pans. I don't come with pans, but I take some pans to go. And like they're doing all that. Like, what do you say to your family? Like you.
I have never said anything. However, I want to say.
Oh, okay. That's what I was like.
Exactly.
It was cute. Okay, it was.
I've never.
That's what I was saying. Tapping on.
No. This is what you need to say. This is how you deal with these things. You deal with those uncomfortable conversations of, telling them, I'm not okay with you taking 6 pans. I'm not okay with you coming to my house telling me that, I'm not okay with you telling me or treating me as a child when I'm, a whole 40 years old, but you treat me as a child. Why? Because you still see me as such? Or, again, the last couple of years has been stressful. The weight has been on a fluctuating fucking high. Maybe I'm a little bit smaller. I'm a little bit bigger. Don't tell me I need to eat. This is like specifically to like Caribbean households. Don't tell me I need to eat, or what have I been eating? Meanwhile, you're fat as fuck too. Like, what are you saying to me? Like, what are you saying? So how do we deal with those kind of things? Again, you just have to speak up for yourself. You have to know your limits, know what you can take. Well, go ahead, interject.
Okay, I think as someone who, my boundaries are not, I have toxic boundaries, but it took a while to get here. I wasn't always this person, but now I'm in a very comfortable space where I don't allow stuff to happen to me from anyone, because I don't have it in me to allow it. But I don't think you go from 0 to 60. I don't think on Thanksgiving Day they show up and you're like, starting this year, No one takes 6 pans, and I'm not fat. You're fat. I think
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I feel like when that is the worst way to set boundaries, because they're not going to be seen as boundaries. They're going to be seen as you reacting and you being upset. So I feel like boundaries need to be set.
If you say it in a calm tone.
Wait. Boundaries need to be set in neutral situations. If a boundary is set out of a reaction, people are going to see it as a reaction, more as a boundary. Like, so your boundaries are things that are always your boundaries. They don't change per person or per situation, right? Those are your boundaries. So if on Thanksgiving, I'm doing this, I'm coming over unannounced, I'm expecting things from you, whatever, and you only telling me this in this situation, in my mind, someone who violates boundaries or doesn't respect them, I may think, oh, it's a Thanksgiving thing. No, in my personal life, do not just show up to my home unannounced. Do not overextend me to yourself. So I don't think on Thanksgiving Day will be the day to blow up on your family, because I just feel like that's.
But I'm not blowing up. It's just where does it start? Like, if I'm just now feeling this way?
I think it starts, but you are not just feeling it this way today. That's the point that I'm making. It's not on Thanksgiving Day. You're like, epiphany. I don't like this. No, correct. You already knew you felt this way.
Correct.
Right? No, but I think it's just magnified during Thanksgiving because there's so many people. Like, I understand what you're saying, Asia, but like in theory, like this is the holiday time, and I feel like this is when family and friends try you. They push you to the limit.
They
so
sure
it's like,
do.
Usually when it's like one family member who do it, but it's not just one family member. It's like multiple people coming over. They wanted stuff to take. So I do understand, like when you was at Big Mama house or your grandma house and Thanksgiving, it's always arguments because it's literally a culmination of so many things happening all at you get overwhelmed because it's not just like one person doing something. It's like multiple people doing it, and it's just like, yo, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna come, like, you're gonna stop that. We're not doing that no more.
You know how we all have that one aunt that no one tries because she doesn't have boundaries so far in advance? You gotta be that aunt at this point, right? So what I'm saying is, if Thanksgiving is coming up, right? It's coming up, right? It comes up the same time every single year. It's not a new holiday. Every year these things are happening. In advance, massive text message, yo, this year is different. Money is tight. This. When you come to my house, don't bring 6 pans. I expect you to bring stuff. I'm saying you can prepare. You can prepare in advance. It don't have to be in that. You know what's going to happen. They're your family. You know the bullshit in advance. You don't got to wait till it's happening to try and set a boundary, because that's going to be an argument. Whereas in advance, yo, you coming over this year? Great. Bring food this year.
So you're saying just write out a whole list and do a mass text like, please, no inappropriate conversations. I will not take part in that. Please don't bring 6 pans.
Please don't. Exactly.
Shit. Now I don't even want to be like, I'm not coming.
Exactly. Wait, hear me out. And again, and like I said, my boundaries are now toxic, right? Because if I'm saying to you in a respectful manner the things I don't want happen in my house, and that's offensive to you, do not come to my house. Now, I did say my boundaries are toxic. I don't care. If Salone sent me a message and say,
toxic. This is
exactly. This is right. So if people are going to take my boundaries and be offended by them, I'm not saying don't come with your trifling, stinky ass fucking kids. No, I'm saying, hey guys, this year money's a little tight. Could you guys bring a meal? Is that toxic? No, that's nice. If I'm saying, hey, I'm pregnant this year, so it's a little more difficult. If that message offends people, please do not come to my house. Don't come to my house because you don't respect me or my boundaries. And I feel like people are not willing to do that, and I am. And that's a problem for some people. If me wanting peace and calm in my home is a problem for you, do not come. I'll be okay. You'll be okay. But if you respect me, you fuck with me, you're gonna be like, I could bring a dish. I could not touch Salone's belly. I don't, you should be offended. People's boundaries should not offend you. And that's the problem.
And you're right about that. And that's not our crosses to bear. I understand. I get what you're saying. I really, really and truly do. But now in the real world, it's not. So,
it's not the real world.
I'm actually with Salona. Like, Sonia, what you're saying is like somebody who's like, healed, who know themselves. Like, you're dealing with unhealed, traumatic people. It kind of feels like a zoo when you be dealing with your family on the fucking holidays. I'm triggered.
But this is why this is why I'm saying my boundaries are different, because this is my real world. This is my real world. People who are toxic, I don't deal with them in my life. I just don't. This is my real world. So, you guys haven't gotten there yet. A lot of people haven't gotten there yet. I know I'm in the minority here, but this literally is my real world. Like, I have family events. I invite who I want to come to those events. And people know, so you did a Mother's Day brunch and we didn't get invited? My mom is like, no, because, you guys argue a lot. I don't care. That's me. That's how I live my life. So it's not in the real world. This is my real world. And more people should step into the real world where you honor your boundaries as well. I'm not saying it's easy, but
I agree. I agree with it.
It's peaceful.
I agree with it.
This honestly to me sounds like theory versus like practice. In theory, what you're saying sounds good, but in practice, that shit is hard as fuck, because it's like,
it's very hard.
I'm somebody who like teaches people how to treat me. My family don't give a fuck. My family don't give a fuck. And what I did was I just removed myself from it, because I said, oh no, I'm not gonna. But then I'm like, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. This is like, my cousin may be coming home. This may be a very special Thanksgiving for me to like pop my head back in, maybe. But then I'm like, it's the diddly do you got to deal with.
And that's true. It's very triggering. It's just Thanksgiving,
let me ask
especially.
Let me ask you a question. As two people, Gilma hasn't chimed in yet. As two people who says what I'm saying is difficult or impossible, unrealistic, right? What is the alternative, right? Is the alternative just to argue and be uncomfortable?
Yeah,
every single holiday.
Because that's how that aunt you like nobody tries, because somebody tried it and she set that boundary real hard, real firm on that one Thanksgiving way back when, and they don't even try her no more. And that's what it is.
You're not doing this shit no more.
Right. We're not doing it. Because it's always like, because you know how so-and-so is, and it's like, exactly.
Are you going to do that?
Well,
wait, hold on. Wait.
Every time I go home.
Wait. I say it because I say, and do they try you?
Oh, every time, but this is how I have to parcel myself out. But now it's less. Like, so like, here's an instance, like way back, like last summer, right? My mother has a thing where she gets upset, she gets overwhelmed, and she likes to just like lash out verbally. It's always like a lot of yelling, and it's just like, girl, like, I need you to regulate your emotions and communicate exactly what the fuck is going on. But instead of this time me arguing with her, I just shut the fuck up. I ain't say nothing. She went on and on and on and pontificated some hood shit. And I just sat in the back of the car. I ain't said a goddamn thing. Not one fucking word. And she was trying to talk to me, and she realized after she calmed down, like, oh, I was bugging, right? I ain't say a motherfucking thing. Because right now, ma'am, you do not exist to me. Take me to my motherfucking destination, and that's it. And as we keep driving, she was like, you know what? And my mother does not apologize. And she was like, you know what? I was bugging out. I'm so sorry I spoke to you like that, and whatever. Now, inside, I accepted that apology. I still didn't say shit to her until later, but it's just like, now she knows, okay, I'm not coming at Shauna with this rah-rah shit. And it's because, like, it wasn't an explosion. Now, she knows me, so she know I shut the fuck up, because what was about to come out my mouth, the next word, I'm about to violate you. And I'm known to get out of a car on the side of a road. Like, drop me off on the side of Atlantic Ave. I will walk home. I'd have no fucking problems. Let me off the FDR right now. You know? So it's just like, it doesn't have to be like yelling and explosion and all the time. It could be like a quiet thing, but like, it has to, the moment has to happen, and it can't be like it can't be pretty all the time. Sometimes you gotta be like, so what y'all not gonna do? Yeah. Let me take every 10 in lid, and y'all can take a plate home, maybe if there's something left.
No, I agree, but I feel like you have I feel like there has to be a history of setting boundaries.
But that's a work in progress, Asia.
Are you doing the work? I'm
gonna do the work after that.
No,
after that holiday, I'm gonna do the work.
No, see, exactly. Hold on. Stop, real quick.
Too much for me.
I'm gonna do the work after.
Wait, this is the point that I'm making. It has to be a work in. Like I said, I wasn't always this way I am now. It's a work in progress. You have to be always doing something towards this day. Not Thanksgiving. Towards the day where you lose your shit. I lost my shit on everybody in my family. Everybody has felt my wrath after small little nuggets of leave me alone. No. Then one day I lost my shit, and it was like, oh, she really meant leave her alone. Okay, wow, noted. But it's a work in progress. I'm not saying on Thanksgiving Day is going to fix it. It's not.
It's not.
They may be like, but it's a work in progress. Like, we talked about boundaries many times. We talked about like communication many times. Start communicating. Start setting the small boundaries. Let's say you just send a text message out, real nice. Hey guys, can everyone bring a dish? That's it. Don't mention money, and no one brings a dish, and they think, and you blow up. I said, bring a motherfucking dish, right? You set the boundary in advance. You said, everyone bring a dish to my house. They ignored you. Now you're going to enforce the boundary. Just set it up in advance. Get it going. Get the ball rolling. That's all I'm saying. And one day it'll be fully set.
One day, one fucking glorious fucking day. But I don't see this shit right now. I really don't.
Because you're not setting the boundaries.
I can't even. Listen, I think I set boundaries with like individuals, just individual family members, but it all goes out the window when they're all fucking together.
That's
when
why
they're all fucking together.
That's why you need to make a statement when they're all together. I said what the fuck I said.
Said what I said, right? Like, listen, okay.
Because it be that tertiary cousin from the back that you forgot about that come, and then when your second
word,
tertiary.
No, it really. And then when they get together with the other cousin that you kind of fuck with, you be like, oh, I see we gonna have to revisit this.
Yeah.
Right.
Or not even revisit, but like, oh, I see what you're doing, but I'm gonna have to learn you something right quick.
Remember what I said? I meant that.
Exactly.
So stop.
Exactly. Like I said, I'm pregnant this Thanksgiving. And listen, people have been on a freaking, I don't know about my belly. They just literally, I had someone like lunge at me that just grabbed my, it's crazy. I literally just told Asia the story. Lunging at me. So I know my family's going to be like, well, this is family. I was at my sister's house yesterday. And of course, it's always when it's like an outer body experience. Cause I'm like, wait, did they just touch me? Like grope me? Like, is it my belly button in the palm of your hands? Like what's happening here? And I know that's going to happen. I know that's going to happen. And it's something that I don't like. And that's a boundary that I'm going to have to enforce on that day. Like, do I send out a mass text like, hey guys, please don't touch my belly? Like, how do I go about that?
You need a ringer.
That has to be set in the moment.
Get a shirt. Get a shirt that says don't.
Now you need a ringer. You need somebody to be like, yo, she don't like nobody. You need somebody to say it for you.
See, this is why it's like protecting your own peace. You want to be around family, you really do, but sometimes you just like Asia, you want to be alone. You just want to be alone. Maybe you don't want to go home for the holidays. You don't want to host anything. Maybe you just want a Friendsgiving with like some of your closest friends. Is this how this was birthed? Friendsgiving because you can't deal with your family. No,
this is how this was what?
Birthed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the word. That's the word. Look it up. This is how this. Okay, fine. This is how this came about. Friendsgiving. Is that what it is? No. Every time I try to be real in this.
No. We're following. It's the birthday that took us out.
Then go Google.
Birthed.
No, birthed.
Birthed. Okay. Right.
No, listen,
continue.
Y'all don't want me to listen. Do I need to be like my dad and go full Guyanese in this bitch? Because nobody will understand what the fuck I'm talking about.
Okay, listen, you don't need to set your boundary with me. Go ahead. You have whatever words you want. You know what? You speak how you want, sis. I see you. I see that boundary.
As long as the right. See, you got to do it in the moment sometimes, Asia. They don't get you.
Right.
You're right.
No, but seriously, is this how people are like, let's just do Friendsgiving? Like, is that how that came about? because
To be
you just don't
honest-
want to deal with your fucking family.
You know what's crazy? I truly can't relate to any of this. I'm hearing it, but I can't relate because I, for the most part, don't do things I don't want to do. And I don't go where I don't want to go. I just don't. I don't see, like, life is too short to be somewhere and not be happy or have you in my home.
Right.
I really don't understand the concept here. So if you don't want to host this year and do these things, don't do it. Like, what's going to happen?
You know, this
Sadness.
is not just me. You know what I mean?
She won't be sad.
It's not just me.
Yes.
It's not like I'm the host. I help cook and all this other stuff, but I just see,
Sad.
you know, boundaries being crossed every single Thanksgiving, every single holiday.
But what's more important to you?
Right now, my peace. And that's why I feel like I'm going to blow up. You know, my family is having a lot of drama, and you know, it took a lot for me to head out yesterday to my sister's house, but you know, it wasn't my side of the family. It was her husband's side of the family. So it was very tranquil, very peaceful, very upbeat.
That's because you don't know the drama.
However, they're not going to bring that to, you know, the White's house.
No, you
which is
probably
my
just
sister.
can't. You can't probably detect the drama, but there's always some. When people on the outside looking at it, they be like, "Oh, your family's so fun." Meanwhile, I'm in a silent fight
You're right.
with my uncle in the corner.
You're right. You're right. But I'm just so happy that I was not able to experience that or even feel an inkling of that kind of drama. It was just very peaceful. It was wonderful. Nothing like my family. My family is in complete turmoil. And if we were to have a Thanksgiving, a bishop's Thanksgiving, it would be an all-out brawl. Because they're all waiting and setting for each other. It's insanity. Like,
Wow.
You know, let's just. I have a baby shower.
Iyanla. You need a Iyanla.
Honey, no, I don't even know what
Yeah,
this.
You said Iyanla, and I was like, "Yo, this should be on Zeus."
No, you know what? Honestly,
I'm actually like, I kind of want to see.
Listen, I was talking about this. I think with my my sister, my older sister. I'm like, you know, we could have a show. Like, people would really tune in. They'll be like, "Oh, what's the uncle doing?" He would be the main character, and all of us would be. Trust me, it would be a hit. It will be a hit with this family. A hit. But for my peace and tranquility, I can't and I won't do it. You know, like I do have an upcoming baby shower, and now I have to uninvite people because they're all set. This is the next event. This is the next event, and the anxiety, it's just overwhelming for me. Because I feel like, you know, they're not getting that. They're not getting that. They're not getting the
sneakers to be prepared.
Let me do my ponytail right now.
Right.
Get your Vaseline. Don't wear no hoop earrings. Just, you know, yeah. I feel like because we're not probably going to have Thanksgiving as an entire Bishop family this year, my event would be the next event, and it is absolutely insanity. So. Yeah, I'm currently working on this. So any, you know, my friends here who are attending, don't worry, you know, they were all joking, viewers, about the Vaseline, the sneakers, and the slick back hair. Don't worry about it.
I have been at plenty, unfortunately,
Listen.
many baby showers that has turned into something else.
No, but the boundaries are set. There, like Asia said, it's a work in progress. I have been standing up for myself via text messages. I have uninvited some people, and they said, "I think that's a good idea." So, you know, it's working out. It's working out, and I just hope that we could, I don't know, continue to set these boundaries and be happy with ourselves while making others uncomfortable. Because ultimately, we're the ones that matter. We're the ones that have to go through stress and all this turmoil for what? Not for them. They're okay doing that.
Right.
We can't change them. We can only change how we control ourselves and conduct ourselves. So, you know, this is where the boundaries set in, honestly.
Well, let me offer some holiday boundaries for those who do plan to attend family events, stuff like that, right? So have an exit plan, right? If dinner starts at 5:00, you get there by 5:30. You eat and you leave. Have a plan. Come with a partner. someone that could be like, oh, we got to hit the road.
Yeah.
Okay. Navigate. Can't hear you.
I said, not you suggesting people bring uninvited guests.
Exactly. To eat up the goddamn food. You know, this is just.
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, on my family, no one would notice. Like,
Okay.
On my side of the family, no one would notice someone uninvited. Honestly, there's so many of us. There was 15 kids who had 15,000 kids.
Got you.
Someone could walk off the street and you would have no idea they weren't part of the family. Like you would. It doesn't matter. As long as they fit in the spectrum of high yellow to dark skin, as long as they're in that realm, they could go right in, grab a plate, and no one would. They wouldn't even ask who you. They would just be like, "Well, you, yep." It would take very little to blend in on my mom's side of the family, anyway. But really, have a plan. Have a plan of how long you're going to stay somewhere. Have a plan of who you're going to speak to that night, right? Have a plan of like going to the bathroom and taking a breath if you have to. Also, make alternative plans. Some people really cannot handle their family on Thanksgiving. If you do have friends or someone to hang out with, see if you can go to their home. If you must be around people for these days, right? Like, don't go into the holidays like. If you're someone who's been dealing with boundaries for years, do not go into this holiday like you went into it last year, which is just like, whatever happens, happens. I'll see how I feel, because then you come out the other end and you're like, you hate your family even more, right? You hate yourself more. You're more depressed. You're more anxious. No, go sit down, do a whole plan, an action plan of how you're going to navigate these holidays. Everyone cannot set boundaries for themselves, and hopefully they can one day, right? But you can set time limits, right? You cannot talk to some people. There's things you can do that are much less dramatic so that you can prepare for the holidays. Some people, I would suggest delete social media. Take a break. Because social media is a breeding ground for family drama. People always want to post on social media like, look at this plate. And then it's like, well, I don't know who made that. Delete social media. Take a social media break during the holidays. There are things that you can do to survive. I do take social media breaks during this time. Again, this year I might not. I don't know. But I'm just in a very neutral place in my life this year. So maybe that's for the better. But I will say, like, don't do nothing. Don't not be proactive for your own peace, if that's important to you.
Got it.
Because I feel like to have the same issue with the same people all the time, that becomes a you problem. Because you can, I understand, like Ty was saying, like, well, it's sad if you don't show up. And I understand that. I mean, if you want to be around your family, but they're so toxic that you can't, or it makes you sad, I get that. But there's like, so what are you going to do to make it bearable for yourself? Like, think about ways to make it bearable for yourself. That's why I said sometimes bring a partner, or get with that favorite cousin, like, yo, favorite cousin, we are linked up tonight. Where you go, I go. You see, if Aunt so-and-so cornered me, swoop in. I got you. Like, have action plans. Do not just go blind into these holidays, because they are honestly some of the worst times of the year.
Mm-hmm. Worst and the best times.
Right.
Worst and the best times.
Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. So I get it. I do get it. Which is why it's like so difficult these couple of years, because it's like tricky. It is
tricky.
Those are good. Those are good, actionable things to do.
Mm-hmm. Doable things to do.
Like, yeah,
they're easy.
If you find yourself
right.
like, yeah, just remove yourself,
or
do what I do. I will ignore the fuck out of somebody. I have a hearing problem. I'm like, oh, you was talking to me? Oh, make it awkward.
Make it awkward. Yeah, that's a good action plan as well.
All right, y'all. So thank you, Sally B, for putting us on to these boundaries. Boundaries are very important. Don't have your family or friends stressing your ass out. Enjoy. Thanksgiving is about white supremacy, yes, but it's about good food though. We ignore all that and we fill our bellies and enjoy the food. Pack up your plate and dip. Don't deal with their nonsense. But as we put you onto these boundaries, we got other shit we gotta put y'all on too. So Asia, what are you putting us on to this week?
Now, Rihanna does not need me to co-sign her in any single way. Is she now a billionaire or something?
Is.
I don't know.
She is.
The girl has the woman has money.
Yes.
But I will say, I watched the Fenty Fashion Show Volume 4 last night and this morning, and it was just so enjoyable to watch. And so I do want to support like a Black-owned business because Rihanna just really understands, help me out here, inclusivity. She really gets it, and she understands like representation.
Wrong.
I can't say the word really.
I'm like, y'all got on me. That's wrong. That ain't right.
But I asked for help.
You said it, and my mind was like something's afoot. It was like something's afoot, but I wasn't sure.
Something's
But
afoot.
inclusivity.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. I asked for the help. I know my limits.
That is funny.
But the show is just so one, I think was very artistic. I think it was beautifully done. I love the dancing, like the modern dance, interpretive dance. I loved all that, whatever. I like how she picks people, like she has Sheryl Lee Ralph in the
Yes, she did.
in the show. Now, I don't know if that was something she had planned from before. I don't know if it was based off of her winning the Emmy. I don't know, right? But Sheryl Lee Ralph is having like her well-deserved time to shine. So it was nice seeing her have this. Well, she's like 60. How old is she? She's
63.
She looked
so it was
amazing.
like amazing. So it was like she rather just taps in to what is happening right now for the culture. And I feel like it's beautiful. So she had Sheryl Lee Ralph, she had Taraji, she has a lot of plus size people there, people with missing limbs. And I'll say this, I just feel like, I mean, I watched the Victoria's Secret show maybe once or twice in my whole life, and I talking about I can't relate. First of all, like, are these clothes functionable? Rihanna, she's in these one pieces doing splits, twerking. I'm like, oh, so if I buy this onesie, I can do a split? Noted. Thank you for showing me what I could do in this outfit. Also, thank you for showing me what a stomach looks like in these outfits. Right? So I just really enjoy her shows because it's like, they're real. Well, we're all real people, but the people who are in the shows are people you can relate to in a real way, and it makes you want to buy the clothes because it's like, wow, seeing the clothes on a bigger person is like, oh, that's good to know, and seeing them on even a smaller, not quote unquote model type person is like also good to know. Like she has, guys,
Just watch
viewers, no listeners, you know I don't know anyone's name and I say everything wrong. The young lady from Grownish,
Martin. I was like, I want that jumpsuit. Don't know how it's gonna fit, but I could
she's
do it.
also in the show, and it's just like, you know, she's coming into her own. She's a very beautiful young girl, and she's in the show as well. So she just like really has a nice spectrum of people to watch on the show. So I just want to say, support the show. It's a good show, and I also like this stuff too. I do buy Savage Fenty lingerie and stuff like that.
Okay, So I'm gonna put y'all on. If y'all don't know, I reside in Bed-Stuy, do or die. And there is a Black-owned grocery store, I would say, that I frequent. I go all the time, and it's called Buy Better Foods. So it is not necessarily vegan, but it's very health conscious. They sell, from fresh fruit to, dairy-free milk, all that good stuff, and you get your sea moss, you get your fresh your fresh drains, coconut water, all that good stuff. But they also have a lot of herbs. They are not necessarily herbalist, but they have a lot of from your black seed oil and all these things like that. And also the owner is very knowledgeable on things. Like if you ask them questions, they will definitely, guide you in the right direction based on what it is that you're trying to, or you're looking for. And very reasonably priced. And they also do like pop-ups every weekend. They'll host like another Black-owned business. Like last week they had like someone that was out in the front selling like shea butter and like all, incense and all that great stuff. And yeah, so, go to Buy Better Foods. It's on the corner of Marcus and Kosciuszko. Nobody from New York should be saying Kosciuszko, okay? Thank you.
And you got to add a little bit more belligerence. You mean Marcus Garvey and Kosciuszko?
Kosciuszko, facts.
It's Kosciuszko. Yeah, you got to add belligerence to it. So, speaking of satirical, I recently saw for the second time this play. It's on Broadway. It's by a guy. His name is Jordan E. Cooper. He is the youngest Black playwright to debut on Broadway. And his show, I think it's so special because it's kind of like reminiscent of like back in the day. I'm about to date myself, but back in the day, going to see shows at like the Jackie 5 and Beacon Theater, where it was like Black shows about Black life. And this is very much that in a very satirical vignette way. It's produced by Lee Daniels. It's an all Black cast. It's social commentary on stuff that's going on right now, and then it has some deeper shit. And I think every Black person should go see it. I saw a preview of it recently with a majority Black crowd, which is kind of like an anomaly in Broadway, really, because it is called The Great White Way because there's a bunch of white motherfuckers in the audience, even when it's a Black show. So I would love to see Black people experience being seen musically, reflected in the people, the topic, the subject. And it is really, I think it's like really important for the culture to go out and see it and talk about it and really digest it, and not in a vapid way. So yeah, go see Ain't No Mo.
Copy that.
And
All right.
And
in the event of Ain't No Mo, we ain't got no more shit to talk about. So
whoa,
we wrapping that up. We are
Damn.
wrapping it up.
She said ain't no more thoughts.
This episode has been a wild ride. It's been a wild
It's been
ride.
a doozy. It's been a
It's been
doozy.
a wild ride.
Thank you,
After
Keith.
edits, it's going to be a 10-minute episode.
I think it's gonna be about 48 minutes. It's gonna be
Right, solid 15-minute episode. A little
right.
Thanksgiving appetizer.
Listening.
That's actually a good title. Your Thanksgiving. That's a good title. Thanksgiving appetizer. There we go. There
Get that
we
done right
go.
now.